Alright, so let's go over these fairly quickly. So we're trying to prove that 30 hundredths can be the same thing as 30 hundredths and 3/10. So this whole thing is 1 unit. If I look at each little piece as 1/100th, and I know that there's 10 here, 20 here, and 30 here. That would be 3 groups of, through 30 groups of 1, which would be, this is 30 and the whole thing is 100. And over here I can also look at one of these as 1/10 of the whole thing. So again, if I look at that same thing, I have 3 groups of tenths, so that would be 3 over 10. Next problem, write 7 and 793 thousandths in words. Remember, when we're doing decimals, we use the word "and" to refer to the decimal, and then we just read the number after it. And then, well, first we need to check to see what place value it's in. So the last digit's place value is thousandths, so we would just say 793, and then again tenths, hundredths, thousandths. And we do need to add that THS onto there. Number 3, write the number 73 and 915 thousandths. So 73 looks like that, and is my decimal, 915 thousandths. Now to compare, we look at place value. So there's 5s in both of the 1 spot. In the tenths there's a 1, so now, and this is a 0. So that means that side is greater. Here again we look at the 1s, they're equal. The tenths, this one has more, so it's going to be greater. Here, the 1s, this one has more, so it's going to be greater. Okay, find the sums and differences. I was actually trying to think, like, for some of these, what strategy you might use. Like here, if we start with 5, and then I count 2, so I get to 7, and then I count another third, that's going to get me to 7.3, so that's my answer. Yep, here, same sort of thing, 5 plus 0.23, so I'm just going to start at 5, go 2 tenths, and then 3 hundredths, and I'll get to 5 and 2, 23 hundredths. And then room here, 5 and 1/10 plus 2 and 3/10. I can kind of make this easier by taking away a tenth to get to 5 whole. And I'm going to give it to this over here, 2.4. So that I know it's 7.4, or 7 and 4/10. Here we have 9 and 37 hundredths minus 6. Since this is a whole, we can just kind of look at it this way. And those are all pretty straightforward to subtract from. So that'll be 3 and 37 hundredths. Here, I notice I'm going to be taking away from a smaller number, so I might want to make this a little easier on myself. It is pretty far away, though, so maybe we can just do, here's my number line, start at 9 and 37 hundredths. I want to take 37 hundredths away. To get to 9, and that's going to leave me with 23 hundredths left, which is going to get me to 8 and 77 hundredths. And finally, 9 37 hundredths minus 1 6/10. It's going to be some of the same work I did here. I already know that 9 37 hundredths minus 0.6 gets me to 8.77, so I'm just going to take another one whole. So I don't really need to show that much here, because I can reference this problem here. Okay, so that's going to be 7 77 hundredths.